Amen to that, KC. And it's not the first time. Let me show you how. Heyo!
Black Sunday here.
Another perk of my personality that I did not mention in my pilot video is that I am aficionado for sports. Mostly with American football. When sports wagering becomes legal in my state, I might consider doing bets for football on this channel. But I digress.
With all due respect to the Eagles lock,
I was one happy man when my Kansas City Chiefs won Super Bowl 57. This is despite all of the Fox Sports analysts saying that the Eagles were going to win. But there's one thing that made me believe that the Chiefs were going to pull it off, and that was the Super Bowl halftime show. And this wasn't the first time. In fact, I discovered this several years ago, well before I started this channel. The Super Bowl halftime show, more often than not, has been an accurate predictor as to who will win, and in some cases, lose, the Super Bowl. And I'm here to show you how. It's time for...
Statistics! The Super Bowl halftime show predicting the winner!
Unlike my last statistics video, where I let the computer voice take over,
and subsequently tanked it,
this time, yours truly will guide you through these stats. I will tell you how the Super Bowl halftime show predicts the winner or loser, give you a recent example of how each predictor worked, and then, through this table, show you what Super Bowls apply to this predictor. Like a weather forecast, it's not always right. I will also show you examples where the predictor is either wrong or doesn't even make one. I will also show you a recent example of this and show each Super Bowl I believe applies to this on the same table. Please note, I am not being compensated by the NFL or any NFL team for this video. And before we begin, be sure to like and subscribe to my channel to get access to my entire library, and hit that bell icon to get notifications as to when another video drops.
Are you ready?
Without delay, let me show you how the Super Bowl halftime show predicts the winner. Mr. Mac, start me off.
Predictor 1. The appearance of the performer.
Whether it's by clothing, where the performer comes from, or through some other thing which I refuse to divulge for fear of backlash, sometimes the appearance of the performer or performers of the show can predict the winner of the Super Bowl. In Super Bowl 56, one of the performers, Eminem, is from Detroit. The quarterback of the LA Rams at the time, Matthew Stafford, started out his career with the Detroit Lions before being traded to the Rams that season. It's thanks to Eminem and a lucky shot to Cooper Kupp. The halftime show correctly predicted that the Rams would win this game. Here are the other Super Bowls that apply to the appearance predictor.
The earliest example is the very first Super Bowl.
Predictor 2. The lyrics of the performer's songs.
Sometimes, it's not always the appearance of the performer that predicts the winner. It's the lyrics of the song the performers do at the halftime show. In Super Bowl 51, when Lady Gaga performed, the last song that she did was the song that made her famous, Bad Romance. This can be alluded to the bad romance that Tom Brady, quarterback of the Patriots at the time, had with NFL Commissioner Roger Goodell after Brady was suspended that season for the Deflategate fiasco. Well, somehow, someway, the song Bad Romance correctly predicted that the Patriots would come all the way back and win the Super Bowl.
Sorry Falcons lock for making you hear this again.
Fuck you too.
Anyway, here are the Super Bowls that apply to the lyrics predictor.
The earliest example is Super Bowl 6.
Predictor 3. The theme of the show.
This one isn't used very much, but sometimes the theme of the show can predict the winner of the Super Bowl as well. The last one that used it to my knowledge was in Super Bowl 36. The theme of the show was patriotism, used in tandem after 9/11. With the message, it also showed that the Patriots would break its frustrating history and finally win its first Super Bowl. Unbeknownst to everyone that it would spark the greatest dynasty in NFL history.
Read the room.
Anyway, here are the other Super Bowls that apply to the theme predictor as well.
The earliest example is Super Bowl 4.
Predictor 4. Predicting the loser.
Sometimes, the opposite is true. Instead of predicting the winner, the halftime show predicts the loser instead. Most of the time, it's through the lyrics of the performer's songs. In Super Bowl 50, the performer, Coldplay, used its song Viva La Vida, which can be alluded to Superman in some ways. Superman is Cam Newton's nickname. Newton, being the quarterback of the Panthers at the time, meant that the show predicted that the Panthers would lose the Super Bowl because of the song's negative tone. And it was right, as Von Miller and the Broncos led the way to beat them. Here are the other Super Bowls where the loser predictor also applies.
The earliest example is Super Bowl 7.
How it's wrong, or doesn't make a prediction.
And finally, there is that 1 in 4 chance where the halftime show is either flat out wrong or doesn't make a prediction at all. An example of the show being wrong is Super Bowl 43. The song Glory Days was going to predict that the Cardinals would win the Super Bowl as quarterback Kurt Warner was close to retirement. but Ben Roethlisberger and the Steelers took it away with Santonio Tiptoe. An example where the show doesn't make a prediction is Super Bowl 55. I didn't see a thing where the show was leaning either towards the Chiefs or the Buccaneers, even though the game was clearly leaning towards the Bucs' way. Nothing about appearance, nothing in the lyrics, nothing in theme.
Nothing. Absolutely nothing.
Here are the other Super Bowls that apply in the same way. Let this be a reminder that the halftime show does not always correctly predict who wins or loses.
The earliest example is Super Bowl 5.
What if I were to tell you it's all of the above? You heard me. The appearance, the lyrics, the theme, and the loser. They all apply to Super Bowl 57. Using the appearance predictor, Rihanna wore red and her performers wore white. And the Chiefs wore red and white during the game.
Objection!
Be that as it may, I'm thinking superstitiously, not logically. Using the lyrics predictor and the loser predictor, the first song in Rihanna's performance, Bitch Better Have My Money, can be a reference to Chiefs head coach Andy Reid, who had receipts from the Eagles after that same Eagles team fired him in 2012. Lastly, with the theme predictor, the platforms can be a reference to either a money bar graph or a sound indicator bar, so it could be about money and voices. The Chiefs have the loudest outdoor stadium in the country, if not the world. And, like the Patriots before them, the Chiefs have become the NFL's money franchise. The epitome of what an NFL team should look like. Not necessarily the best historically, but they have the story to make a name for themselves, even if it's temporary. And there you have it. This is how the Super Bowl halftime show predicts the winner. I'll let this table speak for itself. What do you think of these stats? Do you think I'm wrong on one of them? You want to talk to me? Follow me on Twitter at BlackSunday150.
If you like my videos, please hit the subscribe button and give them a thumbs up. Also leave out comments, as I certainly love debates. Thank you for watching, and remember, you will receive the information you seek, or my name isn't
Black Sunday.
Let's make some money.
See ya!